Just a little while ago, we saw posts flooding social media that confirmed that members of the Marvel Rivals team had been laid off. One of the directors had been outed, one of the level designers had been called, and they said that their teams had followed along with them. And while we didn't have any sort of information on what this really entailed, we're now finding out that it's actually the entire Seattle-based team that has been laid off by NetEase. Now, apparently, this is not a very big team, and in my first video that will be linked down below, I had speculated it probably was another branch because we know that these are Western developers. These are people that were clearly based in the United States based off of their name. And while the media was painting it as the director that had been laid off, he wasn't the creative director because that individual works for NetEase in China. But now we're finding out that yes, these are actually people from the Seattle branch. So to quickly recap on these posts, Thaddeus Sasser had said, "This is such a weird industry. My stellar, talented team just helped deliver an incredibly successful new franchise in Marvel Rivals for NetEase games, and we were just laid off. Oh well, times are tough overall. Let's find these incredible people new jobs because we all need to eat, right?" And we also saw Jack Burrows, the level designer, post something very similar, saying, "Hey folks, just got laid off from my job working on Marvel Rivals with NetEase. Was an enormous pleasure to work with my American coworkers who joined me in this sad culling. Just couldn't dodge that big boot, I guess, no matter how big the success of the gig," which is still pretty shocking because ultimately these are people that did help make this game successful. Now, we do not know in what capacity, we do not know how long they had worked on this game, but it just seems pretty crazy for NetEase to, out of the blue on a random Tuesday, decide, okay, enough is enough, we don't want to work with these people anymore. Now, of course, when it comes to Western video game developers, the industry is facing a lot of problems right now, and there are a lot of activists, and when I hear people based in Seattle, that is instant red flags. But I did think it was important to make this clarification now that we have more info, because again, when I made that first video, we didn't know anything, but in that video, I had said it was pretty weird that the media was touting this individual Thaddeus as the director when he clearly was not the overall game director. And we still have a lot of questions. There's not a lot of information out there still. It's not like NetEase has issued an official statement, but it seems that they are just culling the ranks of people who maybe they don't need anymore. But again, you would think that a level designer would have stuck around, that they would have kept someone as important as that, because without good levels, a game ends up failing, and this game has been super successful so far. So you'd think that core members of a team would be around still, that NetEase would refuse to get rid of them, but we still just don't have a whole lot to go off of here, though. This is very interesting to see. Now, of course, I'm someone who's played a lot of Marvel Rivals. I know a lot of you have too. It is a really fun game, but I have always said be very careful with companies you're supporting, especially CCP entities like NetEase. They do not really care about the overarching gaming industry. It's not like they want to save gaming. They're just pumping out products to make money, and well, this is a collaboration effort with Marvel Gaming, and we know how Disney and Marvel are, right? We can't trust them either. So there could also be more to this situation that we just don't know. At this point in time, I know some people are speculating, oh, maybe they wanted to drastically change the direction that the game was heading in. Maybe they wanted to insert some sort of activist-filled messaging into this game. I'm not going so far as to speculate that, just because we have no confirmation of anything like that, but it really wouldn't shock me given the state of the gaming industry. And when we get more information, I will certainly make sure to update it. So follow me on social media over on X. Also check the pinned comment. But for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.